Ryan was not unhappy, and that was the problem. At 29, his life looked perfectly fine from the outside. He had a stable office job in Chicago, a small but clean apartment, food delivery whenever he felt lazy, and weekends filled with Netflix and late sleep. No stress, no risks, no real challenges. Every morning, his alarm rang at 7:30. He hit snooze twice, sometimes 3 times. He rushed through his coffee, sat in traffic, and worked 8 predictable hours where he laughed politely at meetings. He returned home exhausted not from hard work, but from the sheer weight of repetition. Years passed quietly, just like that. But Ryan used to have dreams. In college, he wanted to become a game designer. He spent entire nights creating characters, building imaginary worlds, and sketching ideas that made him feel alive. But after graduation, reality arrived. Bills, rent, expectations. So when a safe corporate job appeared, he told himself, just for now, just for stability, just until things settle, just until the right moment. The right moment never came. Instead, comfort slowly and silently replaced ambition. His chair at work became familiar. His paycheck became predictable. His routine became safe. And safety felt good for a while, until one evening changed everything. It was a Friday night when Ryan met his old college friend, Daniel, at a small cafe downtown. Daniel looked different, tired, maybe, but strangely energized. "What are you doing these days?" Ryan asked casually. "I quit my job," Daniel said. Ryan almost choked on his drink. "You what?" Daniel just laughed. "Started my own studio. It's risky. Some months, I barely make any money." Ryan shook his head. "That sounds so stressful." "It is," Daniel admitted. "But I finally feel awake." Those words stayed with Ryan. Feel awake. On his way home, surrounded by the blur of city lights, Ryan realized something unsettling. He couldn't remember the last time he felt truly excited about anything. Not warnings. Not even weekends. Life wasn't painful. It was just numb. That night, Ryan opened his old laptop and found a folder labeled Dream Projects. Dozens of unfinished game designs appeared on the screen. Characters he once loved. Worlds he once believed in. He clicked on a file, checked its properties, and saw the last modification date. 5 years ago. 5 years. He just stared at the screen, feeling something heavy settle in his chest. He hadn't failed his dream. He had simply abandoned it. Comfortably. There was no dramatic disaster, no big mistake, just a series of small, daily choices to stay safe. Another episode on TV instead of practice. Another excuse instead of effort. Another year spent waiting. Comfort hadn't protected him. It had quietly stolen his future. The realization hit him hardest the following Monday. Ryan sat in his office cubicle, listening to his coworkers complain about promotions, salaries, and management. Everyone sounded trapped, yet no one ever left. Because leaving meant facing uncertainty, and uncertainty was scary. But suddenly, staying felt even scarier. Ryan imagined himself 10 years from now. Same desk, same conversations, same exact routine, just older, more tired. Still saying, maybe someday. His stomach tightened at the thought. That was the moment he finally understood. Comfort doesn't destroy your dreams overnight. It slowly convinces you that postponing them is reasonable. It whispers that safety is more important than passion, that good enough is good enough. That evening, Ryan did something small. He didn't quit his job. He didn't make some grand announcement. He simply turned off Netflix. Then he opened his design software again. He told himself, just 1 hour. That's all. The first hour felt awkward. His skills were rusty. His ideas were messy. But then something unexpected happened. He smiled, a genuine smile. For the first time in years, time moved quickly. He was so absorbed in his work that he didn't notice the hours flying by. The next day, he repeated it. 1 hour became 2. Weekends, which were once for escaping his life, became dedicated creation time. Months passed. Ryan started waking up earlier not because he had to, but because he genuinely wanted to. He was excited to continue building something that was meaningful to him. Slowly, the fear of the unknown was replaced by the momentum of progress. A year later, he released his first indie game online. It wasn't perfect. It didn't make him rich overnight, but strangers began downloading it. They started leaving comments, sharing feedback. Then one message came in that changed his perspective forever. It read, "This game helped me through a really hard time. Thank you." Ryan stared at the screen, completely overwhelmed. He realized that success didn't begin when the money arrived. It began the moment he chose discomfort over convenience. It began when he decided to honor the person he once wanted to be. 2 years later, Ryan finally left his corporate job. Not because he hated it, but because he had outgrown the version of himself who needed safety more than purpose. Standing outside the office building on his last day, he felt a mix of emotions. He was nervous, he was uncertain, but most of all, he felt alive. Comfort had once felt like peace, but now he understood the real truth. Comfort is dangerous when it becomes permanent, because our dreams rarely die from failure. They die from waiting in a life that feels just good enough. And sometimes the biggest risk isn't chasing your dream. It's getting too comfortable without it. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one.